Hi, and welcome to my kitchen. This is Matt with Plating Pixels, home of cost-conscious comfort food. And today we're making one of my all-time favorite comfort food sides. This is a low-carb version of a Thanksgiving favorite. We're making cauliflower mashed potatoes. This mashed cauliflower recipe has only about 5 net carbs per serving, but all the flavor and richness of traditional mashed potatoes. It's sure to be a hit this Thanksgiving and holiday season. This recipe is super simple. It works great for a few different reasons. We steam the cauliflower. That makes sure it's cooked evenly throughout and not dry, not too moist. We'll make sure we drain it properly. We'll use a food processor to blend it nice and even. And we're gonna include lots of fats for extra flavor. That'll include sour cream, butter, and heavy cream. You'll wanna start with about 3 pounds of fresh cauliflower. Depending on the size, it'll be about 1 to 2 heads. You can also use rice cauliflower or frozen cauliflower. I love using fresh cauliflower. It's gonna give you the best flavor and texture. So let's start by cutting off the stem and all the leaves. You wanna keep as much of the white part as possible. That looks pretty good. Another important tip is to cut these into roughly even sizes. I like to do about 1.5 inches thick. That'll ensure that they cook evenly and you don't get hard or soft spots in the center. So now that the water in the steamer is pretty much boiling, we're gonna go ahead and add our chopped cauliflower florets. Now, steaming works best because it's gonna give you the best texture and even cooking. On the blog, I do cover other methods, such as roasting, boiling, and microwaving. Some have their advantages or disadvantages, but again, this is my favorite way to do it. So now we're ready. We're gonna go ahead and just put the lid on. And with this, you wanna steam it about 8 to 10 minutes. For cauliflower mashed potatoes, you can't really overcook them. It's actually better to cook them more because that's gonna give you that nice, soft, rich, creamy texture that's gonna blend super well with all the creamy goodness. Cauliflower is ready. It's been about 10 minutes. Another great way to tell if they're done is one, it's starting to smell pretty amazing. So let's go ahead and open it up. Another great way to check for doneness is just insert a fork, knife, toothpick. It should go in very easily with pretty much zero resistance. Let's go ahead and try that out. And another foolproof way to test it is taste it. Now that we've ensured this is fully drained and cooled off a bit, we can go ahead and add it to the food processor. You want to make sure it's not steaming hot. One, it's helped it dry out a bit, which won't make it as liquidy. And then also once you're processing it, it'll help prevent steam buildup and just generally make it safer. So we're adding these here. This looks like it's gonna fit about perfect. Depending on how large your cauliflower is, or if you're making a double batch, you'll probably need to do this in an extra step. You can add the extra ingredients and then combine it all together afterwards as a last step. Now comes the good stuff. It's gonna make this extra yummy. We're starting with butter. It's about 1/4 cup or half stick. You can honestly add more if you want. I chopped it up into little squares. That way it'll incorporate and melt a little bit better. Next we have sour cream, about 1/4 cup as well. I definitely recommend full fat sour cream, especially if you're on keto, but just in general, light sour cream is not gonna give you the same flavor, creaminess. The holidays, just splurge a little bit. And then finally, heavy cream. If you want this a little bit lighter, you could do half and half, but the goal here is to make this as rich and creamy, as flavorful as possible. So I recommend going for it. And then finally, salt and pepper. You want about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Depends on if you used salted butter or not, and just your salt preferences, or if you're on a low sodium diet. So this part is totally up to you. The great thing is you can adjust as you need. I would recommend starting less, blending it, and adding more. Black pepper is gonna round everything out and just enhance the flavors. Salt and pepper goes in every single savory dish of mine. Using a food processor is gonna be your best method of getting rich and creamy mashed cauliflower. You could even use a potato masher. This is gonna give you a little bit more texture, a little bit more rustic cauliflower mashed potatoes. If you have an immersion blender, that works. And also you pretty much can't over blend it. So you wanna keep blending it until it's rich and creamy. You're gonna have a little bit of a texture. This is exactly what you want it to look like. And the best way to know if it's ready, taste test. That actually is perfect. You can modify them a bit, add your own garnishes. I like to add a little square of butter on top, let it melt in. You can also add fresh chopped chives. If you really want to take this to the next level, make these loaded cauliflower mash by adding cooked chopped bacon pieces and shredded cheddar cheese. If you like this video, be sure to check the recipe link below for full written instructions, cost breakdown per serving, carb conscious callouts and swaps, and flavor alternatives. Also be sure to like this video and follow Plating Pixels on YouTube and social media for plenty of more videos.